everybody. We are live.
It's Monday, February 22nd.
Ernest Mom Blog is the first person in. Welcome.
Yay, welcome.
Oh, look, there's all kinds of people now. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
How's everybody doing?
We're here today with Miss
Happy
Paige Davis.
Monday.
It's Monday.
Beth was on vacation last week.
Mm-hmm.
How'd that
rested
go?
I am.
I know. You came in
rested.
so refreshed, and we're not.
That happens.
But hi, Michigan. Hi.
Oh.
Somebody's at school. I'm sorry.
I thought it should be over by now.
How's everyone doing? Can I just start? Well, first of all, Paige Davis is here.
Paige Davis from Chicago, the musical, yay!
Who's amazing in
Love
Chicago,
her.
and tonight is a huge milestone. We're going to talk about Chicago.
Hi, Texas. Hi,
and
Florida.
I also saw every episode of Trading Places, so there's that. That
Some
too.
of us had T-shirts, but I won't. We can talk about that later.
Places,
Hi, London.
places,
Ooh, UK. Hello, Ohio. My
Trading
home state.
Spaces. Places.
Spaces.
Stay spaces.
You know what? You didn't watch every episode if you can't see.
No,
this
I
kind
did.
of-
Hi, Brazil. Okay, yeah, Secret Garden was last night, and somebody just said, please tell me it was videotaped. I don't think the whole thing was videotaped, but it was amazing. Beth, it was so amazing. I
You
cried.
cried.
I totally
You
cried. It was totally, it reminded me of the 90s. Remember the 90s?
Vaguely, yeah.
Remember that year? Can we just talk about that year at the
Okay.
Tony Awards?
Yes. Okay. What was
Best
that?
musical. Will Rogers Follies won, beating Secret Garden, Miss Saigon, and Once on This Island. How is it possible that all those great musicals were in 1 year? I'm
So
sorry.
you don't need to throw back on Thursday. You can do it on Monday. Do you want to talk about the news?
It was incredible. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. There's
What
some
happened?
important news. Hi, Denmark. There's some important news. Nerds has some stars.
Denmark needs to know that nerds.
You guys,
Well,
your
they
Bill
didn't-
Gates
the
and
funny
your
thing is,
Steve Jobs have been cast.
They didn't announce their stars until the first day of rehearsal, which is today. So people were actually going to work without us know. Yeah, anyway.
We didn't know, but
Normally
they
you find
knew.
out before the first day
Right,
of
so
rehearsal.
Lindsay Mendez is in it.
Yes, Lindsay
But
Mendez,
you've got
former
your
vlogger,
Tony
Lindsay
nominee,
Mendez.
former vlogger Rory O'Malley.
She is not playing. Oh yeah, yes.
And Ryan Fankart are playing the two title nerds, should we call them? The title nerds. Bill
Yeah.
Gates and Steve Jobs.
They're both really great. So
And Patty Murin's in there.
Patty Murin's in there.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's
So
going to
excited
be
about Rory.
super nerdy. And also they announced there's going to be holograms, which was weird news. And they also announced that
Cool.
there are going to be special apps, and you're going to from your seats you're going to be able to somehow control the set. Hopefully that won't get dangerous, but I'm assuming maybe like text message on it, or maybe you can put messages on it.
Wow.
And you're going to be able to vote for the ending. It's going to be like Mystery of Edwin Drood.
Really?
You're going to vote apparently, but I don't know what
How
kind
nerdy,
of.
I
I mean,
love
but
it.
it's based on history, so I don't know how many different endings there could be. But so that's going to happen. Holograms and messaging, and you can message with other people in the audience. So it sounds like dating may be happening at Nerds
You're
too.
just making all this up, but I love it. Also, we have some exciting news for Alfie Boe fans. There are a lot of Alfie Boe fans
Yep.
out there. He's taking over in Finding Neverland.
I know. He's
Mark
taking
and
over
Sally Ann
for Matt
Triplett.
Morrison. So
No,
a lot
for
of people,
Tony Yazbek.
yeah, that's what I mean. But that role.
Yes,
But a lot of
that
people
role.
thought that he might be playing the Kelsey Grammer
No, J.M.
role.
Barrie role.
Then Imogen, didn't she speculate that he'll do it in London? Did they say that, or
I don't.
there's talk of that?
I was on vacation.
There's talk
I don't
of
know
that.
anything about
Alfie Boe, but he's not the only one.
Sally Ann Triplett is taking over for Sandy Duncan, who's not starting
Right.
yet. She took a little leave. We'll see how it goes.
Right, Sally Ann Triplett was in The Last Ship, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like a pop
Yeah.
quiz, and I
Yeah.
wasn't sure. We have some news. Broadway.com Audience Choice Awards, which has happened for 17 years.
I know.
It's the
We've been
17th.
doing this a long time.
Yeah, guys.
So we're going to give out awards again this year to
May
your
10th.
favorites. So you're going to vote for your favorites, and then we're going to give them trophies, and then they're going to take pictures. That's
Yay.
going to happen on when?
May 10th.
I
But
got it.
all the, you know.
We better write that down.
Okay,
so we don't
May
plan
10th. It's
something
written
on
down.
that.
It's on the site. You can read it. Yes. There's a new Omar and Aladdin on Broadway. Hello,
Is it
Brad Weinstock.
What is it? Babcock, Omar,
I
and
can't deal with these pop quizzes.
those guys. One of those guys.
Yeah, the three
What's his
guys in
name?
Aladdin. Brad Weinstock.
Brad
that I know.
Weinstock.
That much I know.
Oh, but I also love. They also announced that there's a new standby for the genie who has
Yes.
the best name on Broadway. Officially, Major Attaway.
That's a great name.
Like he went
That's a great
Attaway,
name.
Attaway, yeah, Attaway, Major
'Cause
Attaway.
everybody knows the name.
Welcome
I'm
to
sorry.
Broadway, Major Attaway.
Yes. Okay, we've got Kristen and Adina news.
Okay, start with Adina.
Adina sang Let It Go at Disneyland 60. Apparently it was a really big deal.
Okay.
I mean, apparently she did a great job too.
Right.
Not surprising.
That's not as stressful
that's
as
not-
singing it like on the Super Bowl or on the Oscars.
Or on New
At this
Year's
point.
Eve. She's done it all. She's done the
Yeah. She's
trifecta.
done every stressful scenario.
Everyone loved it. Everyone said it was great. There's lots of stuff about that. Kristen Chenoweth is in a new indie movie called
Right.
Hard Sell, and I guess she plays, what, a troubled mom?
Troubled mom is what Variety said.
Troubled mom. If I were to cast a troubled mom, I would totally go to Kristen Chenoweth first. Vanessa Hudgens has a new NBC pilot called Powerless, and it sort of takes place in the superhero realm. I don't know. It's a comedy. Sounds fun.
Did you hear the drama with her and The Rock about, not the
No,
actor
I was
The
on
Rock,
vacation.
that she carved her initials
Oh, I
in
did
a
hear
rock?
that, yes.
And it's like, I guess, broke a law or something.
Was there like a sign? I mean, did she even know? It's hard
More
to
importantly,
say.
she was an amazing Rizzo. So
Yes.
we are thrilled. If there's a revival of Secret Garden, do you think Ramin and Sierra will be cast?
Hope so.
I think Ramin will definitely be in it. I don't know if Sierra's role, I don't know. Is that a good, I don't know, maybe.
She's busy.
Her voice is so good.
She's in School of Rock. She's got stuff going on.
Somebody just said Slay out of the blue. Slay.
Slay. I don't know if that's for Kristen
love
or
that.
for Paige Davis.
I don't
I'm
know.
kicking you out of your seat. I want Paige Davis here.
Yeah.
Come here, Paige
You're done?
Davis.
Done with
Yeah,
me?
I'm
Oh my
happy
god. Of Trading Spaces fame.
Oh God, that's hilarious. Don't go away, Paul.
Don't
Don't go away.
You
I want to talk to you too.
Paige.
Hi, everybody. Yay, Paige. Hi.
I'm so happy to see you
I'm very happy
in
to be here.
one of my favorite shows of all time, Chicago. And there's a big milestone tonight.
Well, I guess officially the milestone was Saturday.
Oh, really? But we're celebrating
matinee.
tonight. Okay.
8,000th
8,000.
performance
That's a lot.
of Chicago, this revival that's opened in 1996.
Now in its 20th year.
But we're celebrating tonight. And I believe today is actually Barry Weissler's real birthday. Is that correct, PR
Does
person
he have
who's here?
a real birthday?
He-
Okay, that's
he
amazing.
is.
Producer Barry Weissler of Chicago. Happy birthday,
Barry
Barry.
Weissler of Fran and
Oh,
Barry
that's sweet.
Weissler, NAMCO. And I was thinking when you were talking with Paul and he was bringing up the Tony Awards season where Will Rogers Follies won, but it was Secret Garden and it was all these shows that year.
Good year.
When Chicago initially opened in 1975, it was completely overshadowed by A Chorus Line. Chorus Line took all the Tonys and everything else, and this current revival of Chicago that opened in 1996 really came about because of the Encore series,
Absolutely.
which was relatively new at that time. And if you're a huge fan of Broadway, you probably know about the Encore series. And they do concert versions of the shows that really need to be given a second look.
Right.
You know,
They just
how was
did Cabin in
Chicago
the Sky.
overlooked that way, right?
Amazing.
So it was done in a concert version with, all black
That's why
costumes.
it's such a
and
stripped-down production.
Just stripped down, just chairs and lights and the orchestra right on the stage. And it really served the musical so incredibly well that it was this enormous hit that then was basically just transferred right to Broadway and is essentially just with fancier black costumes.
Fancier
as
leotards,
is,
everyone.
Yeah.
Sexy black costumes, I will say.
Very sexy, scantily clad people.
Someone said you have the Roxy haircut. There is no Roxy haircut.
I don't have the Roxy haircut, do I?
But anyway.
I wear a wig in the show. I try to make it look as 20s as possible
Nice.
because it's a true story.
Yeah.
The whole Mary Murdersis thing and Roxy Hart is a true story about a woman who killed her lover and tried to get her husband to take the blame for it. And
Do you think she really had to pee? That's my question.
well, we all pee.
but
Everybody pees. What's that book?
tabloid-
Everybody poops.
Everybody poops. But tabloid fame never goes out of style.
Well, one of the things that's so great about Chicago and why I think it is so successful is because now, even more so than in 1975 when it was originally premiered, it really taps into that culture that we have now of fame and the need for fame at any cost, no matter what, even if it's killing somebody. I mean, we're in the age of, the Menendez brothers and Jodi Arias. I mean,
Of
I
course.
base a lot of Roxy. I've done Roxy since 1998. But when Jodi Arias came into the forefront of the news, I was like, oh, now
Oh,
I understand
I see
in a way
now.
I never understood before.
So people want to know your dream role.
Well, I did it, actually. It was Charity. Another Fran and Barry Weissler
Fosse,
production.
another Fosse show.
That really was it. I mean, I've yet to play Cassie. I've yet to play Sally Bowles.
Someone just mentioned Cabaret.
I would love to
So,
do that. I really
do you-
want to play Billy in Chicago, however. That's actually
a
my
good
favorite role.
idea.
In
I like like it.
I like it too.
You look good in a tux, too.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. So, because of Trading Spaces, do you have a kick-ass dressing room? I feel like
you know what? This is so funny. I always say, why did I never do that? It's a little more kick-ass since Brandy came in. Because I think actually I think the Weislers fixed it up for her, actually. Because
nice of them.
we couldn't have it look like a Broadway dressing room because we all know what those actually look like.
Yeah.
And it's pretty nice now. It's got a pretty swank sofa thing, and there's like vases, and somebody hung opera lights. You know, the little bulb lights that go around. They're just like
very fancy.
They're really not even hung up in any particular way. They're just strung, but they create a nice ambiance.
It sounds lovely. We'll have to come visit you.
What was your preparation for the role?
And pre-show rituals?
Pre-show rituals currently include listening to Hamilton on full blast, much to the dismay of the rest of the people in the building, because I insist on singing along, which is it's a good warm-up. Big mistake. Yeah. And but I somehow don't care because no one's told me to stop.
No,
so
they're not going. You got to voice your complaint.
But I take class. I guess that is a surprise to some people because when I tell them, they always seem to be surprised. I still take dance class almost every day.
Wow.
And sometimes 2 classes a day.
That's a lot.
And I work out.
Yeah, that's a lot. Okay, people
want to know.
I'm
still the fattest girl on the stage, but I'm giving it my best shot. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Well, it is a very sexy body cast over there at the Chicago. I call it the Chicago.
At the Chicago.
I like to call it the Chicago. Biggest onstage mishap.
Oh, well, I missed my bow.
Wait, what? That's the one thing you want to do, right? You don't want to miss
missed my bow. This time back in, because I've gone into Chicago many times. It's the revolving door that's the gift that keeps on giving, and it's so lovely, but this particular time was the first week, and I'm standing backstage, and I was talking to Amra Faye Wright, who's playing Velma. Amra Faye Wright, who's playing Velma, and I noticed that she'd kind of walked away, but it looked to me like she'd gone to get a drink or something of water or whatever, gin,
but
you know.
They give you a
well, no, I'm standing there and I'm talking to my dresser and I'm looking around and I'm sort of like, I thought to myself, where did everybody go? And then it started to dawn on me that maybe I was late for my entrance for the bow, and then right as that was dawning on me, one of the stage managers, Steven, comes running out into the hall and he's like, go, go, go.
Did you get like a little moment? Did it happen?
You know, like on my own personal bow, essentially, because I come running out, I missed it. Like,
do you want to take a bow now, just preemptively? There you go. That's a good one.
Yesterday, in the show, there's a part in Roxy where all the boys, they dance with her and then they exit, and as they exit, they say their own little sexy goodbye, little moment one by one. And one of the dancers, his name is James, he actually takes his hat and he throws it in my direction. I'm supposed to kind of like grab it and put it on my head, and he takes it away again. This time, I noticed that he had thrown it, but the lights are very bright, and I didn't know where it went. And I'm looking all around me, and I can't find it anywhere. And then I noticed it's like all the way on the complete opposite side of the stage. So I then proceed in the least sexy way possible. Wait, hold on. Come back. Just like talk about Lucille Ball.
Oh my God.
Just ass in the air, just like gorgeous.
So people want to know your favorite bossy dance piece that's not in Chicago, and that this person's favorite is Steam Heat, which is a
I see. Oh wow, that's a really good question. I mean, I really love the Manson trio from Pippin. It's just kind of brilliant.
That's a good one.
It's just so.
And people are asking your favorite Chicago cast. I don't really know what that means. It's like, but you've done it so many times. Do you have a favorite Billy?
I've really done it. Yes,
you do.
Christopher Sieber is my favorite.
Oh, he is a doll. So we have Jason Daniels.
But how dare I say that? I'm loving doing it with Eddie George. He's just terrific. I mean,
but his arms are like tree trunks. I'm just saying.
His hands.
Having met him.
I mean,
he's a big guy.
It's pretty hot.
But Jason Daniels is coming back next week. Is that correct?
He is. Apparently, that's not officially announced yet.
Anyway, we love.
But here it is.
It's a
Broadway come bringing you the news. Well, he posted it on his Facebook page. It's his fault.
You know what? That's okay. What was the very first role you ever played in a show?
Role would be
as opposed
in
to
any show or professionally. I mean, I played
want to hear any
Anita
show.
in West Side Story in my high school. My first professional role.
Oh, you weren't paid for that, I guess.
Not in dollars, no, just kidding. No, my first professional role was Irene Malloy at the Jenny Wiley Summer Stock Theater in Prestonsburg, Kentucky.
Amazing. You never forget your first role, right?
You never forget your first role.
Now, everybody knows that if you had taken your married name, you would be Paige. Paige?
Yes. My husband is a big
Patrick
Broadway
Paige.
actor.
So, do you guys run lines with each other and help each other out?
We do. It can be very tricky, though. I'm going to do something that I think is pretty brave, actually, and probably just as brave on his part as well. He's currently teaching. He started his own acting studio, and he rents space at Ripley Greer, and he's got 3 separate classes going now, and he's a really, really wonderful teacher. But it's always been a little trickier for me to like take auditions to him and coach with him, because it's just a little too intimate. You know, he just knows too much about me.
Sure.
And so sometimes maybe he might assume I'm doing something that maybe I'm not doing, or it's hard to get a fresh,
A good perspective.
a good perspective. But he's just kind of the best teacher I know, and I've always sort of had a little pity party for myself that I wasn't brave enough to just do it anyway, because I have this teacher availed to me, and I don't want to take advantage of it because it's too vulnerable.
Discount,
I'm too
right?
vulnerable. Yeah, get the family discount. But I am actually going to take his class this time.
That's amazing.
This next 4-week session, I will be in it, ready to suffer with the rest of them.
Suffer. So people want to know if fans tell you that they remember you from Trading Spaces. First of all,
Yeah.
Trading Spaces was a while ago. It was a while
Yes,
ago, but it
it
made such an impression.
Went
on
off the
people.
air in 2008.
Yeah,
It was on the air for 8 years.
it was very successful.
But I remember when I first went back into Chicago after Trading Spaces, but I'd done the show for years. Well, I'd done musical theater for years. And people would come to the stage door and be like, how did you learn how to sing and dance like that so fast? I was
Just a quick study.
wait. And people think of me as such a home expert, which of course I'm not. I'm a
No,
gypsy. I'm a Broadway gypsy.
but you appreciate that stuff because you got to do
I
it.
do, and well, first of all, I have enough respect for the designers and the carpenters who were on that show not to imply ever that I am that,
Right.
because they were so remarkable at what they did, you know, in so little time and for so little money, and it was really impressive. But if you watch the show and if you think back to Trading Spaces, any project I was given, I pretty much just messed up. And the designers were always like saying to the producers, do we have to give Paige a project? Yes, Paige has to have her own project for the show. But I helped a lot. That's
You
something
stay
a lot
positive. You stay
of
positive.
people don't know, that I really was up all night with the homeowners,
Oh, wow.
and I was really there painting, and I was really there pulling out carpet, and I was really there trying to figure out the friggin' IKEA furniture. And it was just, you know.
You and your Allen wrench. What is the scariest thing about playing Roxy? Besides missing your bow?
Besides missing my bow. I think the scariest thing is really the emotional roller coaster of just staying as true as you possibly can to your craft. And I know that's talk about nerds. That sounds kind of nerdy, but I have done the role for a really long time, and it's been a tremendous gift to grow and learn. Every time I go in, I learn something new. And I think, like, oh, why didn't anybody ever come see it then? Like, I wish they'd come see it now. And every time I think that, right? But when you do run for a very long time, to really maintain staying in the moment, and I can get really sad and hard on myself if a show goes by and I think I did it by the numbers somehow, or it didn't work, and it's very scary with a kind of primarily international audience now. I mean, the show's going into its 20th year, and there are a lot of non-English speaking people seeing the show. So many of the jokes don't necessarily land in the same way that they would if they were English speaking.
Right.
And so you can sometimes feel like you're performing to avoid, even though you're not. That's very scary. Like, did I lose them? Did I do something? Should I? And then fighting that, like, working too hard to get them back, and then regretting that, and then, you know, that's the scariest thing for me.
So someone wants to know what show you want to see on Broadway right now besides Hamilton.
Again and again. And I've seen it once. I have seen it once, and I've listened to it at infinity. Oh my gosh, so many. I mean, I'm really looking forward to seeing She Loves Me because I've never seen it. I don't even know what it's about. I know nothing about it. So I'm very excited to see that. I'm very much looking forward to Waitress because I loved the movie.
You are a real theater goer, you and Patrick. When you're not working. You guys, we always see you around.
We try to see everything we can, if only because we consider that part of our job as well. Oh my gosh, Broadway. I just touched your boob. Hello.
Excuse me. We're very close. We're very close.
Broadway Con.
Despite the weather.
Okay, first of all, went on anyway. Talk about the show must go on. All of Broadway was canceled and Broadway Con happened. That's just remarkable.
Amazing.
That was great. So
if
you heard about it,
fans.
it really was as great as you heard. You need to sign up for 2016. I'm going to try to be there as much as I possibly can.
Or 2017.
17.
Or 16.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Whatever you guys
That's
want
what I
to do.
meant.
You just do whatever you want.
Next year. Smart ass.
Well, you touched my boob, so I can do whatever I want now.
Anthony Rapp.
Anthony Rapp.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap this up, but thank you so much for coming. You guys,
Thank you.
see Paige Davis in Chicago and read her blog. It's
oh
amazing.
my God, I just fell in
so
love with you.
nice.
Now I want to touch your boob for other reasons.
Okay, we're going to
That's
do
so
that.
sweet.
Blush
Yes, and follow me at Real Paige Davis.
Yes, do
I'm
that.
at Real Paige Davis for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
She's
all of
amazing
it.
and she'll make you smile. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.